Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde.
The arts rejuvenate. The arts restore. The arts are our supernatural gift. The arts have impacted the lives of so many people, young and old, and yet budget cuts continue to be the spiraling trend. First Online with Fran will serve to be the sounding board to bring sustainable national attention to the vital inclusion of the arts in people's lives by inviting guests from all walks of life, ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things to make the arts the fabric of our existence. Let's make the arts first online with Fran.
I'm Cognac Wellerlane. We're here at the cover party for Gem Long Island magazine right here in Bayshore, Long Island. And I'm here with this fascinating lady, this gorgeous redhead, and she's got something going on with this postcard that looks a little bit like the top of her head.
Just a little.
Yes, explain to my audience what this is all about.
This is First Online with Fran, and I started this last year. As a matter of fact, this time last year, I lost my job. I was education director for an arts education organization, Stephen Sondheim's Young Playwrights, Inc., and I was devastated because funding was cut, and I didn't know what to do, and I got angry because the bottom line is the arts are our sustenance. It's what makes us human beings. It's our air. It's the air that we breathe. So I decided to launch First Online with Fran, and what I do is I feature ordinary people do extraordinary things in the arts, and I interview them and have them talk about excuse me, not so much the end product. A lot of people understand, oh yeah, I was in my high school musical, or I played in the band. But what they don't understand is that it's not about the end product. It's about that process. It's about the self-confidence that you learn.
It's about the journey you go through.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something. My son is a research engineer, computer engineer, and he credits taking my theater course for being able to pursue the kind of work that he's doing presently as a research engineer, because he said not only is he able to think up the ideas, but he's able to communicate them. He has the poise, he has the intelligence, he has the ability. So the kind of people I interviewed were like Olivia Bowler. She is the 11-year-old girl who raised over $200,000 for the Audubon Society because of the oil slick in the Gulf. She decided to do something. 11 years old, she painted a picture of a bird. The Audubon Society took it up on her, and AOL. She raised all of this money, and when I interviewed her, I talked to her and I said, what would have happened if you didn't have that art class? And she's like, oh my God, I would have died. And you know, she talks about how, you know, her art class, her music class is her favorite.
It inspires her to be who she is.
And
if you take that away, you take somebody's soul away.
Absolutely. And, you know, this is what people need to know. The arts are not necessarily about drawing that picture. It was about giving her that that confidence to say, I can make a difference. I can do something.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So I talk to people of all venues. I've talked to, recently I just interviewed Diana Cherry Holmes, who's the executive director of the Huntington Arts Council, and she talked about the work that they're doing for Huntington Village and how they collaborate with all of the arts organizations, and how it's not about, you know, dividing up the pie, but it's about working together and collaborating and making that pie bigger. And that's what people need to know, that it's not just this one small piece.
And this is what you're trying to put together for a pilot for television.
All right, so what happened was I did the blog, and I'm getting a fantastic response, and I was approached by a creative team and said, you know what, you need to get out in front of the camera and make it a sustainable national feature so that people are constantly reminded, this is why we invest in the arts, for this reason, for the Olivia Bowlers, for the Diana Cherry Holmes, for all of those people who are making a difference in our lives as human beings.
And they're passionate for what they
Absolutely.
do. You know?
Kevin Spacey just created a film called Shakespeare High, and it's about how he studied Shakespeare and went to this school that had these competitions, and he said, I'll never forget going there and doing that. So he made this movie, everybody got excited, they donated money, and now who's heard of Shakespeare High? Nobody. They know Kevin Spacey, but not that program. What First Online with Fran would do is to keep the ball going, keep the attention focused out there to those people who don't know about the arts, who believe in the arts, but they just kind of forget about it. First Online with Fran is going to remind them. This is why we invest in the arts.
Tell my audience where we can go to find out more information about what you are doing. Tell my audience.
Well, that's easy. Just go to my website, www.francismcgarry.com. And that's Francis with an E.
With an E. Spell your last name.
M-C-G-A-R-R-Y. Thank you so much. It was a joy. And I want to make a difference.
You certainly did make a difference right now, right here at this car dealership in Bayshore, Long Island. And we'll be back in a moment, guys, with more interviews right here. Keep watching. Peace, champagne kisses.
Thank you.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.